What's up, fellas? So we finna get into another reaction video. We got a young brother here who is trying to get his life in order. So I just wanted to show y'all guys the importance of being on the grind.
Man, the harsh truth is, man, life ain't no joke, man. You don't want to leave your.
Life ain't no joke. Oh, and let me say this. I had a little smart ass on the last reaction video talking about some, man, let the thing play, this, that, and other. This ain't no goddamn listening party, god damn it. This is a reaction video. I actually have to react to the video. Okay, so if you're just somebody who want to watch the video without me interacting with it, the channel is Coleman. I'll put the channel in the description. I hope I don't forget it, but Coleman, Coleman, Coleman. All right. So, and the name of the video is "Don't Leave Your Job. Life is Not a Joke." Okay, there you go. So if you want to just listen to the video, there you go. All right. For the guys who actually want to hear my input, this is called a reaction video, dumbass. Okay, but life is not no joke, guys. What happens is, when you're young, you think life's a joke. And so you walk around here, you don't get an education, you don't get a skill, you're quitting jobs left and right. One day you look up, you're 25, 26, 30 years old, 35 years old, and you struggling, and you like, holy shit. Then you start having reminiscences of all those. You remember everybody, parent, whoever has lived the earth, have always taught them about staying in school, getting an education, getting an education, getting an education. And all you could think is, would you shut the hell up? Okay, I heard you the first 2,000 times. And then as soon as you get around 25, 30 years old, you find out exactly what they was talking about. Life ain't no joke. Ain't nobody coming to save you. You got bills, responsibilities. When you're young, your parents paying for everything. Your parents paying for everything. And when you get young, you really ain't got nowhere to run. And that's what this young man is finding out right now.
9 to 5 job, man. Especially if you got a purpose on the side and it hasn't took off yet, and it's not generating enough income to where you can live off of it, you don't want to leave your 9 to 5 job. 9 to 5 jobs is saving so many people's life right now. It's just the truth, guy.
None of you guys should be quitting your job to pursue your purpose. Okay? None of you guys, I got to be a little practical on this right here, okay? First off, as with the purpose, the skill set or education has to come before the purpose, guys. Okay? If you're a guy right now, you're watching me right now and you're struggling in life, right? And you're talking about pursuing your purpose. Typically, your purpose, I'm just going to be honest, is not practical, right? It's not practical. It's usually something that's, the odds are not great in your favor of succeeding at. I'm just being honest, right? So if you want to be a comedian, the odds are stacked against you at succeeding against that. If you want to be a YouTuber, a basketball player, typically, guys, these are things that are more going to be things that you're passionate about, but you might not be able to make a living doing it. Now, the difference with me between passion and purpose is a passion is something that brings you fulfillment, right? But that's it. It's something just benefits you. Purpose is something that brings you fulfillment and it helps others. Okay, that's my difference between a passion and a purpose. Purpose is something that brings value to others also. All right, so a lot of us have a passion and it really ain't a purpose, right? If it's not bringing value to society, then it's just a passion. But it's typically not practical. Imagine, guys, if I was your son, right? And that'll be a good looking ass son. But let's just say I'm your son. That will make your ass old as hell too. But let's just assume I'm your son and I came to you and I said, Daddy, I want to be a rapper. Now, I'm too old to be a struggling rapper, but let's just pretend that I'm 21 years old or 20 years old and you were my father and I came to you and said, Daddy, I want to be a YouTuber or a rapper. And I told you I was dropping out of college or dropping out of school to do that. What would you think? That's because once you get to my age, well, actually, you don't got to wait all the way till you get to my age. But once you get a little older, you start to realize that a lot of the things that we have a passion for, we can't make a living doing. Right? And so a lot of you guys ain't going to make it on YouTube. A lot of I seen something said the number one thing people want to do today is become an influencer. Well, unfortunately, a lot of you guys not going to make it. So we got to go get something that's practical and realistic that we can rely on. Okay? So become a plumber or a welder or any kind of skill, HVAC, right? A reliable skill that makes you a good income. That's what we got to work on. Now, obviously, going to school would probably work good if you're younger. And maybe if you older, if you don't got any kids and you still have the time to take the classes or whatever, maybe that. But most men would probably be better off with a skill because you don't have that student loan debt and stuff like that. And so that's what I would recommend. But I do understand some guys don't want to work with their hands, right? Some guys want to, be a white collar worker, use their brain, right? And they don't want to be in the elements. I get that, right? So if you want of those guys who don't prefer the elements and stuff like that, then go to school. But that's the issue with a lot of men who even watch me is they think purpose. But being honest and realistic, a lot of times your purpose is not practical. So you really need to hone in on getting a skill.
I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear this, but it is what it is. I'm working a 9-to-5 job. I'm 28 years old. I'm pursuing YouTube, and it ain't taking off for me. So I gotta work a 9-to-5 job, man.
YouTube might not never take off for them. And I'm just being honest, guys. YouTube is a lot of it is to do with luck, man. A lot of it is to do with luck. And what I mean by that is this video right here could have very easily found its way into the algorithm. And next thing you know, his channel is blowing up. That's YouTube, some of his skill set, and a lot of it is luck. You just never know, right? And so you just hit, the algorithm just hits some things and it just takes off and it gets in front of everybody's face and boom, channel just blows up, But it's other people who've made videos just like this channel blew up while others do it and they don't. Whatever, right? So I would recommend, he says pursuing YouTube, I would recommend him pursue a skill.
And it is what it is. See, a lot of y'all, when y'all quit y'all 9-to-5 job to pursue y'all purpose and it's not making enough money, you gonna wish you had a 9-to-5 job. You know how many people wish that they had a 9-to-5 job? So many people can't get a job, looking for a job, and so many people are getting laid off nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Everything is getting crazy nowadays, man. Keep your 9-to-5 job into your purpose till it takes off, till it blow up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take time. You're gonna have to go through delay.
To be quite honest with you guys, even when your purpose or whatever you do takes off, you probably still need to keep your 9-to-5 job. A lot of times you could be a one-hit wonder. Like say your YouTube channel can blow up and the next 6 months you struggling to get 1,000 views, right? You had a video that got into the algorithm and then it falls out of the algorithm and next thing you know your channel is on a decline. So I wouldn't quit my job if my purpose took off. Let's say my purpose is YouTube until I had like 6 months to a year worth of savings, preferably a year. That's when I would probably quit my job. Just for y'all guys to know what I'm saying is that I didn't quit being a personal trainer until I had 4,000 patrons. 4,000 patrons. I was making over 20 grand a month off Patreon before I decided to quit my job. I mean, stop personal training. That's what it took for me to be comfortable to quit training. A lot of y'all guys get one little video, 10,000 views. Oh, God, I quit. I'm going to go ahead and tell him he can take this job and shove it. Just because you had one little video hitting the algorithm and you done lost your damn mind. Okay, guys, so we got to be practical with this thing. Make sure that, okay, if you want to be a YouTuber or a rapper, make sure you got 6 months to a year. Preferably, guys, a year worth of savings before you quit your job.
Hey, gratification. Just like I'm going through delay.
I'm going to be honest with y'all guys, too. What happens is when the pressure to create is dependent upon you eating, you can get some like writer's block or something, right? So like say you got a job and you're doing YouTube and the job is there. Well, what happens is you can take more risk with your content, right? You ain't so worried about being canceled because you like, okay, you know, I still got my job. So, you know, you don't gotta pander. You know what I'm saying? When you don't got that background, that little something to hold on to, what happens is you can play it too safe. When you got that job, that allows you to be more free and speak your mind, right? Which makes your videos more authentic. Instead of you being a panderer. Y'all guys wonder what this look like. Whenever y'all see like people who work for like ESPN when they talk on subjects and stuff like that, you see how they got to skate that line? They got to skate. They got to stay on course. They can't veer off too much. They can't say what they really want because they got those sponsorships or they got that job, that boss. And so they got to know they got to walk that tightrope. Opposed to when you own your own stuff, you can just say what you want to say. Right? So I recommend you guys keeping your job. That takes the pressure off, allows you to be more creative, at least till you get like a year's worth of savings.
Delayed gratification. No, it is what it is, guys. I know a lot of times we want to move fast in life. You know, but life, it'll slow you down. Because when life start lifing, it ain't no joke. It ain't no game, man. You know, you'll be out here on Skid Row. And, you know, I'm not trying to, trying to make fun of nobody that ever been homeless before. You know, even though I've never been homeless before. But, guys, man, you can end up in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate your job while you got a job, man. You know, like I said, I don't want to work the 9-to-5 job. I don't like working 9-to-5 job, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't care where I work. I don't care if I was working in a warehouse or anywhere. You know, I work at McDonald's. And, I'm just.
My thoughts is this brother is making this video just as much for himself as he is for others. So what happens is when you don't have a job, this brother wakes up every day contemplating why should he go in, and then he has to give himself this little pep talk. You know, what he's saying to the camera is probably what he says when he's brushing his teeth in the morning, getting ready for work, to constantly remind himself. That's what happens when you hate your job, all right? Some of you guys got good paying jobs and you still hate the job, right? And you do the same thing. You had this little pep talk. Man, you got a son, you know, you got bills, you got a car note, you know. And so he's giving himself this little pep talk. But his life really is not going to get any better, guys, unless he get a skill. Unless he get a skill. And I'm going to tell you guys another thing. Let's hypothetically say he does make it as a YouTuber. Okay, the average YouTuber stays hot, what? 2, 3, 4 years? So then what we gonna do? When your YouTube buzz fizzles out, let's say 10 years. Okay, what you gonna do then? See, that's what at the end of the day, all roads lead to Rome. Whatever the hell that means, all roads lead to that. In other words, guys, what I'm saying is all roads lead to having something to fall back on. That's what I'm saying. So even if you make it as a rapper, even if you make it as an athlete, these things are typically 10 years, right? And I'm being generous, right? I'm being generous. Let's give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's hypothetically say you able to make it as a YouTuber 10 years or a rapper for 10 years, and I'm being generous. Okay, then what? It's likely that you won't been made enough to retire off of, so you're going to need something still to fall back on. I ain't forgot how to personal train, baby. Oh yeah, I still know where the lats at. I still know where the buys at. I still know where the abs at. I ain't forgot how to personal train. I still got that to fall back on.
I'm glad I got a job. You know what I'm saying? So I can take my job money and, invest it into my purpose. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to understand.
A business is the same way, guys. Even if it's not your purpose, a business is not practical. All right? A business, you don't quit your job to start a business. So for all my guys out there, as far as their purpose and a business goes, you still want to have something to fall back on. Now, at some point, you might have to quit your job, but you need to have a year's worth of savings, and whatever it is you're doing need to have some momentum. Okay?
Understand, man. I'm still living with my parents. I'm helping them out with bills and stuff like that. So, man, the Bible states verbatim, where there's unity, there's strength. So, I need unity right now. And unity and my job is keeping me with a modest spirit. Also, too, is teaching me. Like, things is not going to always happen.
One thing I get is, brother, he don't have a victim mindset. He don't have a victim mindset. He's not blaming nobody. He isn't blaming the man or the economy. I don't like his course of action as far as him doing his purpose. But I do. Listen, I don't have no problem with him doing his purpose, but I would prefer him to get something, a foundation. I don't have no problem. You goddamn MS, you've been hollering about purpose all these years. I don't have a problem with him pursuing his purpose. All right, I have a problem with him putting the purpose before a rock solid foundation. We need to get a rock solid foundation. Go get your CDL license. Get something so you can go take a boss and say, hey, look, this is what I know how to do. Give me a job. And he don't have that. Once we get that job and we got a rock solid foundation, now we can do the purpose. But we got to get this. We got to get something that pays him enough to live on his own, take care of himself, and not live with his parents. Then we can work on the purpose. You see, there's the building blocks to this. If you're doing a job that requires no skill, you always in risk of being homeless because you're doing something that doesn't. Well, everybody. I don't give. You can have 5 skills. Everybody in risk of being homeless, right? But what I'm saying is, you're always just going to be getting grunt work. You don't have anything. So if you have a skill, you can do grunt work and that skill, right? So let's say this. Let's say this brother has a CDL license, right? And jobs are tough right now. Well, you can do the grunt work and you can apply for CDL work. But if you don't get the CDL work, okay, I can do the grunt work until a CDL position opens up. When you don't have a skill set, well, you only can apply for grunt work, which is manual labor work.
When you want it to happen. Excuse me, guys, the alignment between God and the universe, when that alignment is right and within your purpose, got to make sure that it take off for you. But I'm going through the same process, guys, working a regular 9-to-5 job. As you can see my other videos, I'm putting in the work. No, it's all about how bad you want it, guys. You got to want to be successful bad. You know what I'm saying? So working a regular 9-to-5 job, work 8-hour shift, and then come on and then pursue your purpose.
So he said you got to want it bad. And there's some truth to that. But you also got to have a good plan and a good strategy. And his strategy is flawed. All right. A lot of the military guys, it's not about who got the biggest guns, the most tanks, the soldiers. It's usually based around strategy. Who has the best strategy? Who comes up with the best strategy? That's typically who wins. You got to have some men too. Now you can't be over there with a slingshot, and arrows, a bow and arrow. You got to have some guns and stuff too. But what I'm saying is, you need a great strategy. He doesn't have a great strategy. He's basing everything off of being YouTube. Let me put it to you guys like this right here. If your life depended upon it, and you was a betting person, and somebody said, "Hey, are you willing to bet your life this guy's YouTube channel ever takes off?" Who will be willing to bet their life? Say, okay, if it takes off, you get $10 million, but if it don't take off, then you get unalived. Who would take that bet? Nobody would take that bet because you understand that YouTube is very unpractical. But if somebody said, okay, if this brother go out and get his CDL, if he gets his CDL, you get $10 million, or if he don't get it, if he never gets his CDL, you get unalived. A lot of us will say, oh, that's a good bet, because getting a CDL license is very practical, right? YouTube is a 50-50 luck, right? And so the point what I'm trying to say is I want this brother to do something practical and work on YouTube on the side.
You got to want it bad. And I want it bad. I'm not playing no games. I don't have no time to waste. I only get one life to live. So, I'd rather suffer the pain of discipline than suffer the pain of regret. If you want to be very, very successful, you got to make a very, very high level sacrifice, man. That's what comes with it. And I don't move based off of emotion when it comes down to pursuing my purpose. I move based off of command and duty. You know what I'm saying? Because I love what I do. So that's how I'm moving, guys. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like I said, it all depends on how bad you want it. Like me personally, guys, I don't want to live with regret when I get older. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, like, I'd rather pursue my purpose and suffer the pain of discipline and get to where I'm trying to get at than to keep working a regular 9-to-5 job for the rest of my life. And then when I turn 40, 50, 60, I got major back problems. And then when I get my pension or, my retirement, I can barely, it's hard for me to even, like, really enjoy it, right? Because I might be having pain problems, so many pain problems, taking so many pain pills, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather go through delayed gratification, guys. That's what separates the 1% from the rest of the world. The 1%, they go through delayed gratifications. They invest into stocks, dividends, index funds. They invest into crypto. They invest into, like, different business.
None of you guys invest in none of that stuff until you invest it into yourself to increase your income. All right. He talking about, stocks and stuff. That's down the road. We'll get that later. Let's focus on increasing our earning potential. Let's invest in on that first. I don't want to hear nothing about no Bitcoin or none of that type of stuff until you got a skill or education. Once we got that, now let's talk about stocks and bonds and stuff like that. Typically, I would like you guys to invest in your own business, but I understand that's not for everybody. So if that's not for everybody, then invest into stocks and bonds and crypto or whatever, all that type of stuff. But the main investment you should be is increasing your earning potential.
There's different businesses, and they just stay at it. They don't stop. The 1%ers, rich people that's part of that 1%, they just keep investing. You know what I'm saying? You got to invest into yourself. When you invest into yourself, guys, that's the highest form of self-love, guys. I'm going to say it again, guys. When you invest into yourself, that's the highest form of self-love.
Investing into yourself, guys, is not stocks and bonds. Investing in yourself is increasing your knowledge. All right? That's when we say investing into yourself, right? To increase your earning potential. That's what we call investing in yourself. All right? That's just investing what he's talking about. All right, guys, I'm going to stop it right there. Y'all guys get the gist of it. Just got a young brother here. Hope you see this video. I really hope you see this and think about getting a trade, looking at a trade school, something he can get a trade in. That's what we got to be practical with this. And then we can work on the purpose on the side. All right, guys, if y'all guys want to watch the whole video, go over there and check out the brother channel. You'll see the whole video. It's a long video, but all right, guys, I'll get back with you guys later.